Mero continues to take shots at Desus. That's right, on Reddit, on his official Reddit account, Mero has been taking some wild digs at his former business partner, Desus, the guy who you thought they were friends, but actually it turned out to be like some boy band and they were put together. So here's what he said. Recently, Mero did an interview, and in the interview, he was talking about how he was gonna stay the same. The exact quote was in regards to if people recognize Mero when he's outside. And he said something along the lines of a kid from the Bronx who made it and people are proud of you. Man, that hits. Like, yo, you did it. You representing for us. You're not stopping. You didn't switch up. You didn't get on TV and become an LA guy and change your voice and do all of this other goofy stuff. You're still Mero. You're not out here with a hoop earring doing yoga, talking about I'm bi-coastal. I'm not bi-coastal. I'm from the Bronx. Now, it's pretty clear he's talking about Desus here, as one of the biggest digs at him is that he changed up. Once he got successful, he went from the Bodega boy to the gentrification boy and start talking about, bi-coastal yoga. I want to be on TV. I want to sell out. But some of you might be saying, oh, that's not true, Danny. That's no proof he was actually talking about Desus. Well, someone on Reddit would post this article and Mero would comment confirming it by saying, disrespect me constantly for years and I got smoke for you till your effing body rot. It's clear that, it was clear from the beginning, the moment when I did my first video about the Desus and Mero breakup, that these guys did not end on good terms. And we have to zoom out and look at how things went for all of them post-breakup. Like, if you see, both of them fell off hard. Because I had initially thought Mero was the person that was surviving this because he launched his podcast, Victory Light, which I actually think is closer to the Bodega Boys podcast style. But even those numbers are a bit paltry. They're not that high. And in addition to that, he stopped doing his reaction videos because I don't think they were getting the attention that he thought they would. Also, his show with Mello, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, he got replaced. He got taken out of that. And Kaz is doing the show. I think he was part of a rotation. Initially, it was just Mello and Mero, but then Mero was put in rotation. And I don't even know if he does the show anymore. Let me know in the comments. But we also have to look at Desus. I think he's doing pretty terrible himself. First, he did that podcast with Scotty Beam that was like sponsored by DraftKings, where you had to do a entertainment bet. And it's like, oh, you can bet on something to happen in a TV show. It was a complete cash grab. And honestly, something really disrespectful to the art. And then he was even doing heartburn commercials where he was talking about glizzies.
People keep asking who I'm rocking with during the big game. Glizzies! You know the vibes.
And all of this stuff, a complete sellout move. So as you can see, both of the Bodega boys find themselves in a tough spot. And this goes to show the pitfalls of a breakup. Both of these guys are out here really struggling. They might be doing great. They might be getting their funds. They might be doing all that. But when you look at the business deals they signed, I don't know if they get residuals from the Bodega boys. All the shows are owned by different companies like Vice and Showtime. So largely, it feels like everything kind of went wrong, if you ask me. And it's sad, and it's something that I had to document. I know a lot of people be like, oh, why do you still cover this? Well, I don't think people are getting the full picture because they don't know that Mero is continually taking shots at Desus on Reddit of all places. Like, yo, he got to be feeling it in his bones if he's going on Reddit and doing this. Typically, you go on Twitter and air somebody out. And because I be in these Reddit streets, I had to break it down. Now, there was another mystery solved, and that's why they chose to go to Showtime and not re-up with Vice or other channels. And here's what Mero said. Viceland, Comedy Central, Netflix, Showtime, HBO got taken out of the running when Vice threatened to pull Vice News if they picked the show up. And another one I can't remember off top. Went with Showtime, though, in hindsight, they were asked because CBS Viacom was about to merge, so the execs would be the same bozos anyway, and they came with the biggest bag. I bought 2 cribs here, 1 in DR, and put the majority of the rest in the portfolio. That's why I'll never do some extremely cringe and I don't depend desperately on a studio, agency, law firm triangle offense that are more brokers than reps looking for the best scenario for you, the talent. The workload thing was bull. I could have done that show 7 days a week. It wasn't that serious, bro. I sold dope in the winter and put ACs on black tar roofs in August with my pops. Getting lit and telling jokes is easy money. So, there you have it. I guess you can see where things went wrong with Mero. I guess he feels like he signed the show over to representation that didn't have the best interest for them. It's almost funny to hear Mero talk about the business because I think he was the one that controlled the business. I truly still have this theory that Desus will talk about it. I would assume he has to talk about it. At this point, he's so quiet, and I'm starting to think maybe he did something crazy, but I don't want to go crazy and take a side because people are going to be, oh, why are you taking side? Desus needs to do what he wants. Mero should move on. He's being mad petty. I don't think he's being petty. I think when a business partnership ends that was making a lot of money for you and is the biggest thing you will likely make the most money off of, you're going to be upset. But let me know what you think about Mero calling Desus a goofy. Let me know what you think about Desus remaining quiet. Also, the revelation of why Desus and Mero chose Showtime over Vice, Comedy Central, blah, 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 and all of that jazz. All right, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.